If you've ever dreamed of becoming a professional gamer and thought that you couldn't do it because you weren't good enough, I want to introduce you to Yayo, the substitute top laner for the esports team Lion, a player who prior to signing on to this team had a professional record of 2 wins and 33 losses, a 5% win rate. On July 25th, 2025, Team Lion would announce that due to visa issues, their top laner would not be able to attend their upcoming match versus Cloud9. This is in the LTA, the new rebrand of the LCS. In the meantime, Yayo will step up as our starting top laner. We have full confidence in his talent and determination, and we know he will proudly defend Lion's colors.
Somewhat of an underperformance.
Now I know what you're thinking. If you are a professional team, why would you sign someone who has a 2-33 record? Well, the 8-time LCS champion Doublelift had the same concern, as he tweeted, "Yeah, Chovy's record is impressive, but what about the top substitute Lion picked up?" attaching a picture of Yayo's 2-33 record. To which DNF Nutguzzler 2K20 responded by posting Doublelift's 0-6 record in Worlds 2020. But most importantly, Yayo himself replied to the tweet as well. He said, "It's not that they had options. Visa problems 2 days before the game. And also, the split that I played that refers to that win rate is that I played with 100 ping against pros with 2 ping. It is what it is. Come on, big bro, you are 30 years old and still looking to engagement farm." Now, 1 day after the Lion announcement, he would be on stage playing on 0 ping versus Cloud9 in a best of 3. His first pick is Sion. The first 10 minutes of the game looked really normal. You wouldn't think that there was that much of a genuine skill difference between these two teams. However, during the fight for the second dragon, the facade quickly falls apart. And although at this point Yayo Sion is the only champion that hasn't died yet, his opponent had over 1,000 more gold than him. And upon dying for the first time, Sion was now 2,000 gold behind Rumble only 14 minutes into the game. His first death was losing a 1v1 to Rumble, and his second death was this.
Not do that. Exhaust goes down. Should just be an easy kill pickup. He will throw out the ultimate and is just gonna try and run away. All right, this is a lot of action we're seeing here in the bottom lane.
Wait, he went
Specifically
back.
around this area. No, Yayo! That was a no-yo right there.
Then, about 15 minutes later, Sion is 0-6. The team as a whole is losing 6-25. There's a 15,000 gold difference, and the Nexus is coming down. Not a good debut for Yayo. But these LTA matches are a best of 3, so we have one more game for Yayo to prove himself. In game 2, he locks in Gragas, and he actually starts off playing pretty well. He keeps to himself and doesn't do anything risky while the rest of his team handles everything else. It's not until 15 minutes into the game that he dies for the first time down 700 gold, which again is not that bad all things considered. But obviously, just like game 1, things get worse as time goes on. At one point, a teamfight is happening in bot lane and Yayo begins to teleport to the tower. Upon arriving, the fight is basically over and he casually Gragas E's into a wall, accomplishing nothing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it is.
Oh, Yayo just eat into the wall. What the fuck?
I mean, he's not playing well, but he's not like literally the reason why his team is losing. Having a somewhat of an underperformance. No shot.
Now the game continues to get worse and worse for Lion as the time continues. But it would be unfair to ignore that among all the nonsense, he also had some good moments too.
Yayo has an insane flank here.
Yayo.
Holy.
Yayo's in. Yayo's
Uh-oh.
in.
Oh, Zen's in trouble.
Wait, he's goated.
Yayo. Dude, Yayo actually made a good play though. That was sick.
Yep.
Yeah, Yayo made Lion's best play this game.
Yeah, he did. He did. He also made their worst play.
But soon after this, the game would come to an end. Yayo ends his second game with 0 kills and 6 deaths again. And the team loses 5-25 with a 15,000 gold difference again. And that might be the end of Yayo's time in the LTA. Unless their top laner continues to have visa problems. He played 2 games and ended with a collective score of 0 kills, 12 deaths, and 3 assists in a total of 58 minutes. Now it should be mentioned that although at times it looked like he didn't belong there at all, the truth is, this guy is almost certainly a better player than you, me, and 99% of all players. In solo queue, Yayo has been top 10 in NA Challenger and has ended other seasons in the past within Grandmaster. In Yayo's original tweet, the only excuse he made was that he played on a higher ping than his opponents. However, he didn't blame the fact that his teammates were also genuinely awful. These are the 4 other players he played with when he was in one of his NA Challenger League teams. Quickly you notice something. They somehow have a worse win rate than him. The highest KDA on that team was the jungler and support, who both averaged a KDA of 1.5. Now, I won't make too many excuses for him. He obviously didn't hold his own weight either. Though here's an example of one of these games where his jungler just chooses a terrible fight and instantly dies for no reason. But seconds later, Yayo also makes a mistake that he just shouldn't be making.
And then Pachani, oh, we've all been there. We've all experienced this. Ah!
In any case, at the end of the day, this professional team thought he was worthy of the opportunity, and he tried his best. After the games ended, his teammates wrote tweets detailing that they only had 1 day to practice with Yayo. And you can tell that that's definitely true. For example, here after losing the Otacon, Lion have lost the fight and are backing off. But the Scion hesitates on which way to go, splitting off from the rest of the team and just quickly becomes a free kill. This is the kind of mistake that maybe a professional player wouldn't make if he was a little more aligned with how the rest of his team thinks. Regardless, the skill gap between a regular master to challenger player compared with genuine professional players is humongous. Someone like Tyler1 might be a fantastic streamer and can on occasion reach a challenger, but put them up against organized professional players and they'll get gapped quickly. Anyway, last thing, I know the meme is that I bring up the Vayvictus team in every other video, so why not one more time? To put Yayo's professional win rate into perspective, Triana, who played ADC and support for Vayvictus esports, ended her pro career with a record of 0 wins and 28 losses. Yayo's record now sits at 2 wins and 35 losses. Still a 5% win rate, and that's obviously better than a 0% win rate. But it is interesting to note that despite everything, they actually have the same KDA. Thanks for watching, and never give up on your dreams. Maybe one day we can all be professional gamers.
Yayo made Lion's best play this game.
Yeah, he did. He also made their worst play.